Michael Leland. I'm an orthopedic surgeon with Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. When I started in 1982, it was Valparaiso Orthopedic Clinic. I was asked to come by my good friend Walter Rudzinski, who I'd gone to school with ever since from kindergarten through medical school. And he said that Al Johns had a medical problem and they were looking for somebody. Because I grew up in Robertsdale. There have been members of my family in Standard Oil since 1875. And I grew up there, but I looked at Valparaiso, where I ran cross country, as one of the most beautiful places on earth. And they described the office and more the culture of the office. I knew at that moment that's where I wanted to work. We're approaching our 900 mark, which for a community setting, 900 hip replacements, starting out from zero, using a virtually unknown technique. Now things are growing tremendously, but the volume has been good. We've learned a lot. And it's not just me, it's everybody in the room. We're kind of a team. We're planning to have T-shirts that say the Leland crew, and there'll be the grinder and the helmsman and the trimmer and the tactician written on the back of the shirt that we'll have someday. We haven't printed them up yet, but there's this great team spirit, and that's what's, anybody in the room could probably complete the operation if I dropped dead. Everybody knows what I'm doing. I don't have to ask for a single instrument. I just make my little incision and I put my hand out and the right instrument goes in my hand because the person standing to my right knows what I need next. I put my hand out to the left and the person puts the right instrument in that hand. And so the efficiency is tremendous. I think that's really important because that's how we started. Reality is we've grown to a size where we have our sub-teams, but it's just too big to all sit down at one time. We try to get together for office meetings. There are usually 2 or 3 people missing because they're off doing something else. So the team that Olson, Alvarez, Malater, and Leland had 30 years ago has outgrown itself. But we have the sub-teams. We have the spine guys in the spine program, and their PAs and their PhD nurse practitioner and their therapists that work mostly with them. And we have the upper extremity specialists and their hand therapists. We have little teams within this big group. We now have spread out to LaPorte and Crown Point. We're serving more people with at least the history of our culture, but it's taken on a different personality. The business of medicine is quite a bit different now. I'm one of the old guys, so I do things a little bit differently than the business model requires now.